bison burgers again. But I wonder, am I cooking too much bison lately? I mean, it could be perceived that I am cooking too much bison.
Nah, no way. There's no such thing as too much bison. Woohoo! From too far to the west to go to White Castle, welcome to Smoky Goodness 2.0 today and tonight, featuring sliders. Not just any sliders, of course. This is Smoky Goodness, we're doing bison sliders. I've had this idea kicking around for a couple of weeks. I had no idea that there was a slider challenge going around until I stumbled across a couple of videos the other night. Leland from Howlin' Smoke Barbecue had a really good video. And there were a couple of other really good videos. I can't remember right offhand who I watched, but it's out there. Check it out. Maybe I'll leave links down in the bucket or something. Anyway, like I mentioned, we're going to do bison sliders, kind of White Castle style. And because there are no White Castles around here, I'd have to drive 8 hours just to get to the nearest one. I'm going from memory. We do have the frozen White Castles here, but they're not the same. You know that. Anything that has to be stuck in a microwave after it's been frozen can't be as good as the real deal. And speaking of the real deal, we're going to try to mimic the real deal right now, but first we have to go into the Wayback Machine. I think we should do that right now. Stick around.
And welcome to the Wayback Machine, where we've got a pound of ground bison from our friends over at Nebraska Bison. To that we're adding some fresh cracked black pepper. Kind of season this ground bison up a little bit. And of course we're just going to mix everything together. We're not going to over mix it, of course. Just get that pepper good and incorporated throughout the mix. So here's our ground bison. I've got my funny little burger press, and I'm really starting to like. We've got a plastic straw here. I'm going to be using that to put holes in the bison patties. You'll see that in a minute. So we're just going to take a little bit of ground bison, stick it onto this burger press. White Castle usually smashes their meat down to about 1/8 of an inch. I'm going 1/4 inch on these. And of course we want to square these up just like White Castles. My patties are going to be a little bit bigger than White Castles are. I think theirs are 3x3. I'm going a little bit larger with that. Everything's larger here. So we're just squaring this up. Trying our best to mimic a White Castle slider. And of course the straw, you want to use that to put 5 holes into each patty. Like I mentioned, this helps with the steaming process. Make sure everything's firmed up really well. There you go. A White Castle style bison patty. Let's get out to the grill. We need onions. Copious onions. Large amount of onions. Many, many onions. Buku onions. We need onions. I think you remember this thing. Can I do it all at once? Yes, I can. Woohoo! Look at that, that's a really smoky fire, isn't it? That's a good thing. These sliders will not only be steamed, they're also going to catch some of that smoky goodness. Right here we have a strange looking little pan here that the bulk of the work will be done on. We'll let that warm up for just a second. While it is, there's half a stick of unsalted butter. I think you know what the butter is for. The butter is for sautéing all those onions we just cut up. I may need more onions. I'm not sure. Anyway, all right, you may or may have not noticed that the coals are kind of in a graduated fashion. I've got a lot here banked up against the wall of the Weber, and they're gradually sloping down. There's a reason for this. You don't necessarily need 2-zone cooking, but I do want to control the heat on this. I mean,
mean, you know it's going to be a little bit hotter over here than it will be over here, and if I have to move this over, I'm covered. The Grillicue is taking the day off. Anyway, we're going to saute these up and let them get all nice and translucent. And we'll be right back. All right, our onions have been going for about 5 minutes or so. They smell great. It's time for the magic. And the magic is water. Simple water added to the mushrooms. Mushrooms, those are onions. Brand new glasses, Mr. Smoky Goodness guy. You can't tell the difference between onions and mushrooms. Hey, these would be really good with mushrooms in them, wouldn't they? Anyway, why is the addition of water magic? I'll show you. We'll lay a rack right over the top of this so that we can onion steam our little pseudo White Castles, Bison White Castles. And this is not going to take long. These are very thin. I think White Castle smashes down their burgers to about an 1/8 of an inch. We went 1/4 inch on these. 5 little holes. Whoops! I might lose that one. I just did. Oh well. It's not rocket science. It's just luck. Okay, like I said, these are not going to take long, so put a lid on them for a few minutes. Just help them steam. And flip them. We'll be right back. A few minutes has passed. Wow, is this mad science project actually working? And very, very carefully flip these guys over. They're steaming. I'll give you that. They're definitely steaming. Hey, I know what'll help hold these things together. Some cheese. And if you know me, you know I'd probably rather be using grated cheddar cheese from the block. But White Castle does not use grated cheddar cheese from the block. They use American cheese, pre-cut, just like that. All right, we're going to let that cheese melt. By the time it does, we're actually going to steam the buns as well. So I do believe that's what White Castle does. By golly, that's what I'll be doing. We'll be back. And not long after that. Off goes a burger. On goes a bun. Off goes a burger. On goes a bun. These are just simple Hawaiian rolls from Sara Lee, I do believe. But does it matter? Yeah. It's great. These buns have picked up that onion flavor. Gotta love that. That worked out pretty well. Got a bun that wasn't full, and I got a bison burger, a bison patty that wasn't full. Synchronicity, I love it, man. Our last funky looking little bun, also not cut right. You can see how everything's steaming. I wish I had more burger patties and buns out here. I could feed an army with this. But this is the trick. This is what White Castle does, they steam everything. That's why we put 5 holes in the patties to help them steam through. And yeah, tell you what, these smell really good. They're not, of course, authentic White Castles because of the Bison. They're better. All right, let's get these bad rabbits inside, dress them up, and eat them. I must have sriracha on mine. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm out of sriracha. And there you have it, Bison sliders, White Castle style. Look a little funny like everything else lately, but how do they taste, Mr. Smoky Goodness Guy? Let's find out. Cooked to perfection. There's a little bit of pink in the middle. These are Bison patties. You don't need to worry about it. It's good. I think only one word can describe this.
It's adorable.